Hi, my name is Tori Metzger and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to just be doing a everyday glam that you could do if you're going out shopping. I don't know, all I ever do is shop, so I guess going shopping. First off, I'm going to start with a moisturizer, and I'm gonna just do a little bit of that, and I'm just gonna put it all over my face. And I washed my face before this also and took a shower. That's why my hair is wet. So now we are going to do primer. Some people don't really believe in primer anymore and they just use a moisturizer, which is fine. You could definitely just use a moisturizer as your primer. This is the Professional Matte Rescue. This is for a little bit more oilier skin. So I like it just because it gives you a matte finish and it kind of gets rid of the shine like in my T-zone. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that. You can put it on with a brush or your fingers, doesn't matter. Just make sure you wash your hands before you're going in and touching your face all over. So I'm going to try not to say so a lot because I say it a lot and it's a problem. I almost did it again. I'm going to now go in with a foundation. So the foundation that I use is the Dior Skin Forever. So in the shade 15. So I'm just going in with a damp beauty blender. Just got these off of Amazon. I got like a 5-pack. It was pretty great deal. I don't remember how much I spent. I think it was like $15 or $20. And they're really nice. I like the ones that are like little teardrops. I like the other ones for when I bake, like the ones with the little hard center. I just really like the bounce it has. So, and I can't find these anywhere except for like Sephora. They're super expensive for like one smaller than this. And I was like, I'm not spending $20 on one sponge. No thank you. I'd rather spend $20 on 5 sponges. And I think we all feel that way. So you can already see the difference between this side and this side. It's a lot more red. I normally bring it down my neck a little bit just to blend it in. I'm gonna shut up and I'm gonna finish this foundation. Now that we have the foundation on, I'm gonna go in with a concealer underneath my eyes, on my nose, my cupid's bow, my chin, and my forehead, just to brighten up the face and kind of hide the darker circles that I do have. Just got off of work after a 12-hour shift. So yeah, I'm pretty tired, but hey, you know, girl's gotta do what she's gotta do, right? The concealer that I use is the Tape Shape in Fair Beige. I mean, this is pretty bright. I love the applicator. So I'm just gonna go in and put it underneath my eyes. Now that we have the concealer and foundation down, I'm going to put some setting powder underneath my eyes and on top of my eyes, and then I'm gonna press it into all over the face. Kind of want to be careful just because it can be too bright, definitely, and then you'll get the flashbacks, and those aren't fun. So the setting powder that I use is the Born This Way by Too Faced, and I love it. I haven't really tried any other setting powders, so that'll be another video. I want to get the Laura Mercier one and the concealer, so maybe I can do a first impressions on those, and then I do have a lot of other makeup I want to buy, so unfortunately for my boyfriend, I have a lot of other makeup to buy. So I'm going to have to do a video on that. So then now I'm just going to take powder onto my sponge. So this is a hard sponge, dry sponge, and I'm going to press that into the face. You basically want to put this powder anywhere on the face that you think that you will get creases. So like smile lines, underneath the eye, forehead, nose. So I don't really have forehead wrinkles and I don't really have smile lines too much, but I do still kind of put it all over the face just to set the foundation and concealer, because I don't use powder foundation. So I'm just going to take a large powder brush from Morphe. It is the E2. It's pretty large. I was really happy with when I got it, because it didn't look as big as it is online. It looked a lot thinner. So now I'm just going to take some product on there and I'm just going to kind of pat it into the face. Now that we have set the face, I am going to bronze it up. So I just take a large powder brush. It is the large powder brush from Real Techniques. It's just kind of flat and it really just bronzes up the cheeks and the forehead. So I'm taking this butter bronzer. I always use this by Physicians Formula. And it is in the shade light brown. They also have a dark brown one. It smells like coconuts, it's great. So I'm just taking it and I'm just brushing it along the cheekbone, and then I'm gonna go along the forehead, and then I'm gonna do underneath my chin just to give it a little bit more definition. Now that I am nice and bronzed up, I am actually going to take another bronzer that I have, and I'm going to deepen up the cuts of underneath my cheekbone, just to kind of define it and make it more like snatched. I can't do that little, I can't do it. All the makeup gurus do it, and I can't do it. I'll have to practice. I'll get it one day. It's fine. I'm just starting. Get it. Okay. Now I'm going to go in with the Tarte Hamptons Weekend Contour Palette. It was one of those impulse buys and I really love it. I mean, it has a bronzer, a blush, and a highlight, and they both all three of them, the trio, are great. So I'm just gonna take a Morphe R2 brush. It's really good for contouring. It's kind of like tapered. I don't know if you can see how tapered it is, but I'm just gonna take that right in the jawbone and I'm gonna chisel this shit out. And we cannot forget about the nose contour, because it does wonders for the face. It really brings the eyes more to the center of the face than looking at all of my other contour. But it definitely makes a difference. I love it. So I'm just going to take just a regular, simple, I think this is a Eco brush. I don't know. I have so many like random brushes, just accumulating them over the years. And the funny part is that I never really knew how to use them properly up until like probably the last couple of years. So it's just funny seeing brushes that you were like, oh, I'd never use that, and now you are. I mean, I use it every day now, and I'm just like, damn, why did I never use it before? Okay, so I'm just gonna take this, I'm gonna go from the brow bone down to the tip of the nose. And I'm taking that same bronzer that I used to cut my jawbone, or my cheekbone more. I'm gonna go in with some blush. I also use the Physicians Formula Butter Bra. I also use the Physicians Formula Butter Blush. I just got this one and I freaking love it. It is the shade Vintage Rogue. It's like a peachy color. Also smells like coconuts. Also feels like butter. I mean, obviously that's why it's called butter blush, butter bronzer. all the above. So now I'm just gonna take a Real Techniques blush brush. I'm just gonna lightly put this on the cheek. So the next step I'm gonna do, you don't have to do if you're just doing just a regular everyday glam, but I do it just because I do like to brighten up my face even more, even though it is pretty white as it is. But I just take some of that setting powder, the Too Faced setting powder, and I bake my under eye and then on my cheeks just to kind of brighten it up and define the contour that I just did. So I'm gonna take that beauty blender or sponge or whatever you wanna call it, and I'm just gonna take that powder and pack it underneath the eyes and along the cheekbone. I am going to let this sit for a little bit, I let it sit for about like 5 to 10 minutes. I am going to now do my brows. So I'm going to zoom you in a little bit and so that you can see it. But I normally do my brows while I bake just because, I mean, it takes me about 5 minutes to do my brows, so that's how I time it. Now that you guys are nice and close and personal, I will show you how I do my brows. I will do one brow on camera, one brow off camera because, I mean, it's a little bit repetitive, don't you think? I use the Anastasia brow dip, and then I just use a regular angled brush with a little spoolie at the end. So I'm just gonna dip my brush into that product. And now, so what I do is I brush all of my hairs upward so that I can really get underneath my eyebrow. I'm going to brush my eyebrow hairs downward, grab a little bit more product, and now I'm going to go in and shape the top. Now that it is outlined, I'm going to brush all the hairs so that it's going where I want it to. I'm going to run the end with product all throughout my brow. Now that my brow is nice and filled in, I'm actually going to take a tinted brow, I wouldn't call it a dip, it's called the 3D Browtones by Benefit. They also have a clear one, it's really nice, but I wanted something with more of a tint to it. So this one holds in my lashes, but also gives me a little bit more definition. You could definitely wear this as just like a normal day one, just put it over your brows and you're set. So this is shade 2. And that is how I do my brow. So I'm gonna do the other brow off camera and I will be right back. Now that both of my eyebrows are done, I am going to take that large Morphe powder brush and I'm going to dust off all of this excess powder. And if you guys are wondering, this is the Jeffree Star Cosmetics handheld mirror. I love it. I recommend it. It's $20 on his website. Now I am going to actually set my face with some setting spray just because I love setting spray. It's a problem. I am going to use the Prime Plus Prep Plus Prime Fix Plus from MAC. It's great. It's like 20 something. I am not going to do a eyeshadow today because if it's just an everyday glam, I think a wing is definitely enough. I go out all the time with just a wing and a bold lip and it looks great. I do recommend, if you're not super coordinated, to get a eyeliner pen, one of the felt tip ones. It's a lot easier to make the wing than a pot. I used to use a pot all the time, even up until like a couple days ago. I still use the pot every once in a while. It's just some days are good, some days are bad. Some days you wipe off your whole face of makeup because you're so frustrated that it won't be the same as the other side. It just won't. It never will. And you're just like, why? Why life? Why? So I'm gonna zoom you guys in so I can show you how to do this liner. So what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna want the liner to go out towards the side of your face. You don't want it to go up. You definitely don't want it to go down. That'd be interesting. But you kind of just want to follow your waterline. So if you take it and you just kind of angle it like so, you'll want to just bring it into the waterline and then over. I always start outside and then I will do the inside of the eye. Some people start from the inside and then go out, but I like to do the wing first because that's the most nervous part and I just want to get it over with. So I'm going to do one eye on camera and another one off camera like I did with the eyebrows. Now that we have that one on, I'm going to do the other one off camera. Put on some mascara. So I am blonde. My eyelashes are blonde. But my eyelashes are pretty long, so I'm pretty fortunate, except for the fact that you can't see them unless I have a bunch of product on them. So I'm gonna go in with, I use the Superhero It mascara with the Maybelline Colossal Big Shot on top. And then I use the Bad Gal on my bottom lashes because they're great for bottom lashes, to be honest. I did not quite like them for the top lashes. I felt like it kind of made them stick together and I looked like Yzma from Emperor's New Groove. So I'm going to put that on my bottom lashes and then I will put these on my top. I do think that lashes are probably my favorite part, mascara I mean. Fake lashes I could live without, but I love mascara. If anything, I will just throw on some mascara and I will go out. With mascara, without mascara. So now I'm gonna do the other eye. I'll pop on some lashes and I'll be back to put on the highlighter and the lip. So I put on the lashes. These are the Ardell Natural, sorry, 1 second. Multi-pack. Basically they're Wispies, Demi Wispies. They're the Demi Wispies. So I got these actually from Marshall's for only $8 and there's 4 of them. I mean, they're reusable. I put them on after I put on mascara and I don't normally put mascara on them at all because then I can just reuse them multiple times and I don't have to worry about all the excess mascara on them. I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Amrezy highlighter and I love this. It's great. So if you look at it, it literally looks like a pillow. Like, it doesn't even feel like powder at all, which is completely ridiculous to me. So I'm gonna go in with the M510 Morphe brush. It's just a fluffy blender brush, but it's really awesome for highlight. Actually, I think that it's advertised for highlight, if I'm not wrong. So now I'm just gonna go and put this right above my contour on my, I mean, come on. The only problem is that you never know when to stop. She glowing, she glowing. Now I'm gonna go in on my Cupid's bow. And can't forget about the nose. Gotta make that nose pop. Ooh, a little bit much. Now that we are nice and highlighted with lashes and this awesome wing. God, this highlight's so great. Highly recommended. Now I am going to go in with a lip. So for lips today, I'm gonna go in with the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Liquid Lip Velour. But I'm gonna go in today with, I'm gonna do Leo. Leo is kind of more of like a reddish brown color, like a rust color. I'm really into those rust colors. Okay. So now, setting spray, my favorite part. I have a lot of favorite parts of makeup, to be honest. There isn't just one part that I like. I like all parts. So now I'm gonna go in with the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray, and I'm just gonna douse myself. And this is the final look. Hair blow dried and everything. If you guys liked this video, please leave some comments down below. Subscribe to my channel. If you have any suggestions on what you'd like me to do, please let me know. Like I said, comment below. If you liked this, tell me what you liked. Tell me what I could possibly improve on, I guess. So yeah, I will see you guys next time.